Hello, greetings friends. Mari Smith here, and I'm back for part 2 of this wonderful social video training series. Today is one of my favorite topics because we're going to talk about distribution, how to take video content that you make, either yourself on camera doing live or wonderful creations that you've made in a tool like Wave.video, and then how can you repurpose that video and reformat it into all the different formats, landscape, vertical, square, you name it. And then maximize it for all the different social platforms. Lots of different questions we'll answer today regards YouTube and Facebook, cross-posting and repurposing and what to do with your lives. And then some great tips. So welcome, glad that you're here. Let's dive right in. I got some slides just like yesterday. If you missed yesterday, it was part 1 on video creation, and I gave a wonderful demo of the Wave.video software platform. You can just get that at Wave.video. They have a free forever plan. And then today is distribution. And then tomorrow I will be back with part 3, and that is optimization. And I will cover some video ads of how to actually promote your video content with budget. Okay, so that'll be tomorrow. But today we're going to talk about repurposing and reformatting and distributing to all the channels in the most optimal way. All right, perfect. Let's get myself centered. Okay, social video marketing, wonderful. 3-part training, as I mentioned, with myself and partnership with Wave.video. Part 2, distribution. We're going to talk about where to publish your videos for maximum reach and visibility. Facebook tips, and then some other platforms too. It's always a great debate. People always ask me, where else should I publish? You know, can we just, cross-post across all of the different social platforms? Well, I'll give you my own insights on that. So a quick recap, as I mentioned yesterday, it was about creation. You're going to test some short videos, and ideally in square format is good for ads. Short, 5 to 15 second is great for doing your teaser videos, blog post teaser videos. I love doing those. And then you do want to do some longer ones though, the 3 minutes or more. Strong visuals, eye-catching, storyboarded out, keep it short and simple. But of course I'm short and simple, but it's actually now Facebook saying, 3 minutes or more. They want long form in addition to those 15-second ad break size. And of course, check out Wave.video to easily create professional videos. All right, so let's start with some Facebook video tips. I'm going to strongly recommend that you always upload natively. And it absolutely amazes me, friends, that how many people I meet today and still today after being in social media marketing for over 12 years, and folks say, they do not realize that when you share a YouTube video link on Facebook, it will get very, very low reach. And I literally have people come up to me at events, that light goes on and they're like, wow, I didn't realize that. No wonder my YouTube videos don't get much reach on Facebook. But when you think about it, they're competitors. So if, from this point right here, absolutely make sure that obviously, if you have the actual video content, then it's yours, right? If you have the video file, it's your file, and you can go ahead and upload it to YouTube as well as to Facebook. In actual fact, with those new video ranking algorithm changes that Facebook just made last week, and one of them, we talked about it yesterday, one of them was about originality. So Facebook absolutely wants us to have original content on Facebook. So my recommendation, we'll see this coming up in the next slides, is that you actually publish to Facebook first. Now this depends. This is not prescriptive for everybody in the planet. You've got to do what works for you and test it out. I know we have some absolute, superstar YouTube users, and you've really grown a channel and YouTube is your thing, and that's fine. You would want to keep doing that. But if you're like me, you're predominantly on Facebook, but then you're also using YouTube as a marketing channel from time to time. And so you would publish on Facebook first, and especially, of course, with your Facebook Lives, and you might wait a few days or a week to actually take that same video and pop it over onto YouTube so that the their AI doesn't detect that it's also elsewhere. So original content, I was just talking about that, and striving for 3 minutes or more if you can. Now that's real easy when you're doing live. It's a little bit trickier when you're making produced video, but of course if you already have the footage, or you can assemble footage using stock content with a wonderful tool like Wave.video. The thing is that, you might think, well, gosh, Mari, if I'm using stock content, does that count as original? And absolutely, because there's like, for example, Wave actually gives you access to over, why do I always forget this? I should know. I know it's in the millions. Let me just look it up like this. It's millions and millions of assets. So imagine that's the way in which you are compiling that, right? 200 million. It's so funny. I want to say 2 million, then I want to say 20 million, but it's 200 million. See this? 200 million royalty-free images and 200 million royalty-free videos. It's astounding. So you can imagine with that vast array, the way in which you compile your video content made from stock footage, and maybe you blend in, like I showed you yesterday, you blend in some of your own footage, and it's absolutely your own original content. And that's what Facebook wants. They want you to publish video content that you have predominantly had a hand in creating. They even use the word partner. So maybe you work with a creative agency. Maybe you've hired a video production company and they're fine with that. It doesn't mean that you personally have to be the one creating the videos, but the actual output, the content needs to be original. All right, so that's what Facebook wants there. Now then, optimizing your uploads. This is for when you go to your Facebook page. We're predominantly talking about business pages here. Of course, you can put video on your personal timeline and groups, but on your business page, because that's where you're going to get the most optimization in terms of being able to promote using ad budget, which we'll get into tomorrow. So you go to your uploader and you're going to start by adding a compelling title. In fact, Facebook now will not let you even publish a video without it having a title. If you go to hit publish and you forget the title, it'll go, you need a title. So this is for helping them optimize search so people can find your videos better, which remember is one of those signals. One of the 3 signals is that people are coming back to watch your videos and actively searching to find them. Short description. I mean, studies show that short is best. I tend to get carried away and mine are a little bit longer, but shorter is usually best. 8 tags, that helps with finding, people searching. They have fairly new, where you can right from the uploader add a video to a playlist, or you can definitely want to select and upload a great thumbnail. That's one of the mistakes, if you will, that I see from time to time when I'm doing audits or critiques of a Facebook page, and I will go and look at their thumbnails, right, of their video tab, and you'll see sometimes folks get, obviously if you want to do like branded thumbnails, that's fine, but they need to look unique and different, because if they're all kind of the same in the small size, then people might think, oh my gosh, they've just uploaded the same video over and over again. So we want to avoid that. Definitely add those captions. The caption generator has gotten better over the years and more accurate. And then you can even include a poll if you want, which is great for interactivity, because remember, that's one of the main areas that Facebook wants, is to increase that engagement and make sure that your audience is really interacting with you. So just so we can see that real time, let's do this. And on your page, click in here, of course, and this is just called the publisher, right? Go to the publisher, click photo and video. So I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to go upload photos and videos. So let me just find one. I'm going to stop sharing just for a second so I can find one on my desktop, make sure I don't have anything I don't want you to see. Okay, there, that's find one. That's perfect. So hit open on that. Perfect. The file comes in. Now this is exactly what I was just talking about. All of these things right here on this slide. And I just kind of start from top to bottom, right? So this is your compelling title here, short description. All of these little symbols underneath, you want to fill, can't type today, description. Tag people, I don't know, I don't normally use those too much on my page, but you can fill them in, check in, but Targeting, this is an area that might be interesting to experiment with, where you can actually restrict the audience, and it has a little gear icon instead of the globe icon when your published post goes out. So you can get in there and you can add different demographics, some interests, restrict by age, gender, location, language, and then even relationship status and education level. Now you think, well, why does Facebook do that? It's basically because if, let's say you have a large following, or even like a few thousand, and let's say a few thousand and up, let's say that you are publishing content that's for a specific segment of that demographic, or you want to just experiment and test and see if you can get greater reach and greater results and engagement by doing the targeting ahead of time. So that's actually going to restrict how it's seen in the newsfeed. And you've also got this one here, restricted audience, which this means only, if you do restricted, that means that only people in your audience will see this post. But if you do newsfeed targeting, that means that people with specific interests, as they say right here, most likely see this post. So you can do that on any post, not just the video. I just clicked in the targeting symbol right there. So that's an option. I don't know. You can play with it if you want. Otherwise, I tend to do my targeting after the fact when I'm going into Ads Manager and doing the boosting. If you are in partnership in any way, shape, or form with an organization, this is the branded content tag that you always have to tag the partner that you're working with. And then you've got products or add a messenger button. Here's where your tags are. So I don't know about you, but Facebook never populates them. It's like occasionally it does. Like I think the word social media comes up. And you can just make it up, right? Not make it up, but like whatever you want. Put your tags in here and just hit, just select it and it creates it. So you do up to 8 there. You can create a new playlist or pick one you already made. Now the thumbnail, super important. I see a lot of folks, you can see that's not a terribly flattering freeze frame right there. So then you come on down and click into the next thumbnail. I know many of you know how to do this already, but some of you, it might be, I might have features that you don't have yet, so you can see what's coming, like choosing a frame. I think this is probably available to everybody now, depending on the length of your video. So you can see that's better. And I'd like to choose a frame that didn't have writing above and below, because if I'm going to turn that into an ad, then I want the thumbnail on the video to have as little writing as possible. Because you've seen that if you go into Ads Manager, where it'll be like, oh, this ad might not perform as well because it's got, more than, even I've seen it even less than 20% text, but Facebook really likes to just let you know you're going to have less reach if you have a video thumbnail with a lot of writing on it. Same with any visual posts, of course, not just videos. So that was fine. That's right there. This happens to be the very beginning frame. So I'll hit save thumbnail and there we go. Next up, come on down to subtitles and captions. And that's what I'm strongly recommending. That is actually going to make a world of difference with your performance of your video, in particular your video ads. As some 80% of videos on Facebook, especially video ads, are watched with sound off. So you want to do text overlay and or captions. I often will do both. I'll do text overlay, but then if the text overlay isn't necessarily verbatim what I'm saying, then you're going to go ahead and just add the captions. And it's really pretty easy. It's, as I say, it's much faster. Select your language, upload it. That's a super short video. It shouldn't take long. I think it's still going to do it in the background. I could click over to polls. Polls are really fun. You might not have done much with these, but I could say, are you using Wave.video yet? Oh, it's really short. I can't, that's as far as I can go. Video. I don't know. I'm just making it up. Now with this little slider, this is going to show me where the poll will start and where will it end. So I could slide along. Let's say I want to start it like 8 seconds in, and I only want it on screen for 10 seconds. So that was 8, starts at 8 and ends at 18. And it shows you right here. You can also do it right here. Publish results, up to the vote. You could add more in there. Those are fun. I don't do them too often, but I think that the polls feature is a really cool addition. I know a lot of folks out there do that, and you can even add them into your lives. I'm not going to do a poll just now. Hit done on that. And so let's see if our captions are done. They are. And so I'll click into the captions. Now I usually find, yeah, see, it's really gotten a lot better. It's gotten a lot better. sometimes they have complete misspellings, though, and you just want to skim through and make sure that there's not any like really awful translations in here. So I might be like, just click in there and clean it up if you want, that kind of thing. Now then, that's everything on this slide. Okay, your title, description, tags, playlist if you want, that's optional. You can always add it to playlist later. Definitely a great thumbnail, even though we have autoplay. You know, when people come to your video tab, as I was mentioning, if I just go back, hop over here, and if I click on my videos, it's going to show my live right at the top. Hello, hello. Multiple Maris. So you can see I've got numerous playlists. I always like to put some compelling videos at the beginning of the playlist as people scroll down. But generally speaking, you know, just try to pick a flattering thumbnail. Kind of a couple of my pet peeves I will tell you. This one right here, Facebook engagement bait. This was done with, I use Ecamm, predominantly Ecamm Live for Macs to broadcast. That's what I'm using today. But you can broadcast in square format. I'm in landscape right now, of course, but you can do square format, all kinds of great broadcasting. And if you do square, the thumbnail is, you know, chops you off. And then the same with vertical. This one was actually done from my phone out in the field. And then it just doesn't always, you know, resize the thumbnail. Next, we're going to click over to the next screen, and I'm going to go through the 3 publishing options, and I'd be curious to know what all of you are doing out there. What do you found has really worked best for you? So if I go next from here, these are your publishing options, and I'll go through them real quick on the slide. So there's Publish Now, which most folks are probably going to do. You upload the video natively, you just go Publish Now. Or let's say that you have, you know, social media team and they're uploading and scheduling content for you to go out. That's totally fine. So it's scheduling just means it's going to just publish on that date and time. Or you have 2 other options to what I call air as live, air as if they're live. So publish the video as if it's live right now. Now you may or may not have all of these options. I'm not sure how Facebook's rolled them out. The first is called new release and the other is called a premiere. And let me show you the differences. So here's back on the screen. So you got publish now as the default. Let's say I want to publish it as a new release. I'm going to check that button, and Facebook actually is telling me right here, when your video first publishes, your viewers will be able to tune in and watch and chat about it live. See what I mean? It's airing live, as if it's live, and people get notifications. It's kind of a buzz. A wonderful way to be able to take pre-made content that you've beautifully edited, produced, whatever, and then you upload it and it's now going out as live. You can even, if you happen to be at your desk, you could even be in there chatting with people in the comments. And then of course after it's just saved and shown in newsfeed as a regular post. So that's the difference there with the new release. It goes right away as a quote live, as if it's a live. The difference though with Premiere is it's scheduled. So with this one, you've probably seen it. My friend Shalene Johnson often does premieres and a little notification pops up. Shalene Johnson's airing a new premiere right now. And it creates that sense of like, oh my gosh, something's happening right now. I got to go check it out, right? The same as a live. So you can do that and you just put you select your date and time. Let's say I'm going to do that Friday at 8:15 a.m. Just type the A or the P. It'll go to the next one. You can upload an image. Now, I wish Facebook would give us the better specs because it's not always obvious. I've done landscape, I've done square, and all it is the thumbnail. It's just like when you schedule, if you schedule a post, if you schedule a live, then using a third party, then it asks for a thumbnail. You just have to kind of experiment a little bit because sometimes it does get truncated. And of course, there's your schedule. Expiration would only be, I mean, I don't know if you'd ever do expired videos, but that's where if you had something really time sensitive, maybe it's a special offer and it's only available for a certain time and you just want to, disappear the video. Or kind of news, if you've got your media outlet and there's something very timely and then it's no longer relevant. Backdate, I'm not sure if anybody would use that. Of course, you've got save as draft and then everything in here. There is an interesting setting right down here that just to draw your attention to And if you've got a giant page, maybe you're going to turn off reactions, comments, and shares. If it's a controversial or massive page where you tend to get a lot of interaction that you're wanting to turn off, I don't know. I can't imagine why people would do that, but there's probably good cause that Facebook put it there. And then this is super interesting. I'm going to talk momentarily about watch parties, what a watch party is, how to use it. And just FYI, when people are hosting a watch party, I'll explain more about that in a minute, they can choose to do what's called live commentary over your video. So if you don't want people to do that, you can turn it off. It's very kind of little known. It's a little known feature. I was talking about it with my inner circle group the other day, and hardly any of us really even knew it existed, let alone used it. So I don't know. I'd be curious if anyone here has done any watch parties with the live commentary. So that's your publishing options. Now schedule and airs live. Let's talk about live video, and then we're going to shift gears and talk about repurposing and reformatting. I see your questions. It's wonderful to see you all here. Hi, Roz, Candy, Kimberly, Rachel, Lee, Veronica, Anita. Beautiful. It's awesome to see you here. I will definitely get to any questions. And Anita is very, very familiar with Wave. She's actually working on the team with Wave. So if you've got questions about Wave, she can definitely help you there. We have a great community group, the Wave community group, as well as my video challenge group, which I'll talk to you about in a little bit. So with lives, just again, probably a lot of you here are already doing lives and doing well with it, but let me give you a few pointers here. So with, you might say, gosh, should I broadcast using mobile, or should I invest the time and effort and money to learn a third-party broadcasting tool? Well, or actually Facebook allows you these days to do lives from your desktop. The nice thing about mobile, which you actually kind of want to do a combination of both. So the nice thing about mobile is you get filters and masks. I mean, you can invite viewers to join. But desktop is somewhat limited in terms of like being able to do what I'm doing here. Really cool things like this. You can do overlay. I haven't even done an overlay or anything like this, but let's see, here's Desiree. See, I can put people's comments up on screen like that. I mean, doing Facebook Live native from desktop, you can't do cool things like that. There's Rachel saying we love Wave.video. Roz saying there's a charge. There's no charge to use Premiere. No, if you have that feature on Wave on Facebook, it's a Facebook feature, and there's no charge for Facebook features. So anyway, that's really cool right there. Next is the third-party tools, which I'm using right now. So I don't know too many people using desktop, native desktop Facebook Live. You're probably either going to use your mobile device from time to time and maybe more on your personal profile. But the third-party apps, right now today I'm using Ecamm Live, which I just love. It's really super simple and easy. You can put the camera. Right now you see I'm in a little circle, but that could easily be a square. It could be a landscape. It could even be a full vertical. I could put a vertical. You can make it as big or small as you want. I can drag it around. I can, make myself larger or smaller, try to fit into the center. So it's cool, really awesome. And you can also bring guests on using Zoom and Skype. I have no affiliation with the company. I just really love them. They're great, great guys. BeLive.tv I have used many, many times over the years, and they're fun. By the way, Ecamm's only for Macs, right? But BeLive.tv is Chrome-based, it's browser-based, and it's for PCs and Macs. And they a great, great company and very, very affordable. Blue Jeans is an app that I use for a lot of my trainings inside of groups, and they're very, very affordable as well, just bluejeans.com. And of course, Zoom. Now, Zoom, a lot of you might use Zoom, and that you have to have the webinar plan. I believe it's like $49 a month starting at, and then that will allow you to have the Facebook Live broadcasting aspect of it. I don't like that Zoom puts their logo, large watermark logo on your broadcast, even when you have the paid account. I know you can take it off, and I have used it in the past. And you have to meet certain criteria and be at a certain level and then apply to get it removed. So, hey, Zoom. If Ecamm doesn't put their logo on it, come on already. Anyway, they're great. Zoom has that beautiful kind of camera enhancement feature that you can make yourself even more glowing. So shifting gears, and I'll talk in a moment about repurposing your lives. in the next slides. What exactly is a watch party? You've probably seen it on Facebook. If I hop back over and I'm just going to your publisher, you'll see this anywhere across your personal profile, personal timeline, groups, your page, and you click into the three little dots there, and you'll see right here, watch party. It's the little icon with popcorn. And I've talked about this many times since it came out quite a while ago now. The concept is to create like movie night. I like to call it like movie night, but it's to gather folks together who might share kind of a common interest and want to watch the same content at the same time. And you can be the host. So if I click on watch party, then it's actually it jumps right to my own page. And funnily enough, I could do a watch party. This would be really meta, wouldn't it? I could start a watch party right now with this live video that I'm actually broadcasting. That'd be funny to do as a test one day and just see which one got more reach and engagement. That's hilarious. The thing with the watch party to remember though is that any engagement that goes with that video or videos belongs to the watch party, just like a shared video, a shared post, right? You share a post, you share a live, whatever it might be, and the commentary goes with that, whatever the destination is of that shared post. So same idea with a watch party, which I just really feel is such a vastly underutilized tool, especially for marketers, because if you're working with influencers or you're working with affiliates, maybe you have an affiliate program, or you have a variety of influencers, ambassadors, super fans, joint venture partners. Imagine if you were to empower them to host watch parties with your content, and then they can still utilize their own tracking links. So the idea is that you can grab any video, public video from your own page. You can search and find any content at all. It'll make some suggestions, see who's live now. You can add that, any saved videos, any suggested videos. So you can have a whole lineup of videos, a whole lineup. And then you're going to give it a title for sure. Title here, because I don't think they let you add it after you're done. And then say something, hey, come join us. Obviously, I need to add my videos. I didn't do that. But so that's a watch party, and you can experiment with that. I highly recommend you do. The number one part about or aspect of a watch party I must ensure that you know is that you have to end it. You have to manually end it. We were having a talk about this, and I think actually my live yesterday, where on desktop or mobile, you can actually do watch parties right from mobile. You can start on the publisher of your page or profile or group. Or you've probably seen underneath almost every video, every public video that I've seen on Facebook, it has a little call to action button. It'll say, start a watch party. You might think, what is that? What does that do? But give it a try. Give it a try. Maybe even a small group, or just do it on your profile to friends only to get a feel for it and start using it. But then you do need to end it, because if you don't end it, Facebook's actually going to pop more videos in there suggested by their algorithms, and they might be completely not on point for you, completely off brand. So make sure that you end it. All right, so you can grab any public video, recorded or live, as I just showed you. You can host on your profile, business page, or group. And just the other week there at Facebook's F8 Developer Conference, they're really going all in on Messenger, right? Messenger was the top product that they talked about right out the gate, where they're doing all kinds of cool things with Messenger along with groups, but the ability to, quote, host watch parties inside of Messenger is coming. Basically the ability to have this closed environment, this private environment where you and your friends, you and a group can all be watching a specific video or playlist of videos together. And Zuckerberg's new favorite word is private. The future is private. We'll see. And then there's I put my little thinking face there, add audio or video commentary. That's you as the host. If you were hosting a watch party, to be able to put a whole bunch of video content together and host that for your audience. You can pop on, and this is actually relatively new. It's kind of a little buried feature that you could hop on video and make comments on the playlist. You could, I don't know if it actually pauses. I have not done this yet. I need to experiment on that one myself too, and just see if you hop on audio or video commentary, do you pause the video? Obviously you're not going to hop on video at the same time. Shout out to my friend Adair who did some testing on this the other day and sent me a video of it. So still early days yet. I think when people are watching a playlist, they might just want to watch it and chat in the comments. But I think more and more people are going to realize that audio and video commentary is available and jump in and do that. And as I said, it really encourage your audience to host watch parties, and they get to look good with their community and go, hey folks, look at this great video content I brought you that you might not have known about. Let's talk about it. Let's learn from it. Now then, shifting gears, let's talk about one of my favorite subjects, repurpose your videos. So the great $1 million question, should you, when you finish your Facebook Live, download it and upload it to YouTube? Or if you're using, like I am, Ecamm Live, it automatically records HD full-on video file locally on your desktop. So then you've got the file, and actually as soon as you're finished, there's even a little button that will say publish to YouTube. Now for me, like I say, I don't do that right away, and especially now with these new Facebook algorithm signals where they're not new, they're just reinforcing them. They're giving them more priority. They've actually been there for a little while. But because they're really wanting to make sure that your content is super fresh and original on Facebook, my feeling is if you immediately publish it to YouTube, then maybe it affect your reach. I don't know. I mean, reach is already pretty dang low. But tomorrow when we get into the optimizing with a little ad budget, we'll be able to help you with that too. I'm just saying, why not? Why not? But it could be an edited version. It could be clips of it. It could be excerpts. Or you could do what our friends over at Social Media Examiner started to do. Mike Stelzner, was it last year, discovered that on his journey, on the Journey show, which was not live, but it was a produced video that they would host on their Facebook page. And Mike found that retention for him and for his show and for his page and for his audience, okay, because you all got to do your own testing. This is not prescriptive for everybody. You look at your stats. But what they found at Social Media Examiner is that retention rate was really dropping off on their show, which I think it's about 8-minute episodes, so it's not super long. And so what Mike did instead is he does these little short teaser videos on Facebook that drives people to go watch the whole content on YouTube. So that's just another strategy to take into account. But this is particularly, I'm talking about your Facebook Live videos. For me, I usually go for maybe 20, 30 minutes on up to an hour. You want to do a minimum of like 7 minutes if you can. And then why not? You know, if you got the video file, like I say, wait a few days or a week. Then for sure, what about taking that same video and dropping it into Wave.video and putting it into a different format? Square video really does work best for Instagram. I see folks, even like major brands and organizations that will put landscape videos on Instagram, and it just doesn't look as good when you look at their feed on mobile. Of course, most people are looking at Instagram on mobile. It's a mobile platform, even though there's a desktop version. But if you look at the thumbnails, and they're, especially if they have writing, right? If they have kind of like the letterbox effect, and then it's truncated at the sides because the preview is square. So I like to do all square video on Instagram. So for example, if you were over at Wave and then you took a video that you uploaded, let's see, here's a good example right here. I'm going to add that one. So this would be an example of, this was a horizontal one. Let me just delete that text box so it's not over top of me. Yeah, you have to add some text. You can't just do a video with no text. Okay. Let me move it down here. And it will look grainy at first, by the way, if you're just first using Wave and you think, oh my gosh, I just uploaded a really HD video. How come it's all grainy? Because once you export it, it goes back to HD. But this is an example where, let's say this was me doing a Facebook Live, and then I've taken a 1-minute clip, the landscape version, and I think I'm going to make a 60-second version of this for Instagram. So I'm going to hop over and get the square format. I showed you how to get these yesterday. You've got square, and Wave has it all separated into social channel categories, which is really great, because if you like, wait a minute, what are the different formats I can do on Instagram? Oh, there they are there. There's 4 of them. So that's that. So back over here, square. Now let's say I want to take that video and I'm going to reduce it down back to landscape in the middle of the square, and then trying to get myself on a flattering thumbnail. And then I'm going to take the background, and I could make it black, I could make it blue, you can make it whatever color you want. purple. And then I can write in here. Let me go back to the beginning and go like this, and then go Facebook Live tips. I'm just making this up. I don't remember what that video was about. I'm going to put that up there and make it a little bigger. Not too big. Instagram is okay, but remember we don't want to get too large with the text for Facebook. Not too large, especially if you're going to put budget on it, but that looks good. So then I'm taking the background off, so it's just the white writing. Oops, I jumped over there. And then I'm going to click this little button that gives me additional text. So tune in now. When my pop up, go away. You can't suddenly pop up when I'm in the middle of something. Crikey. So then let me do this, and I'm going to go that, and then I'm going to go and separate them out. Right now they're grouped. I'm going to click the little free, which means they're now free floating. So I can scroll and I can drag this down here. And there's some wonderful tutorials on Wave's page to do exactly what I'm doing. I'm just giving you a real fast demo right now. And just for the sake of time, go like that. And then I can actually drag that along a little longer. Let's just say that's long, 4.5 seconds. Actually, you want to really get your first point across in 3 seconds or less. So then I can put a little time delay on that text, let's say just half a second. So now if I play that little tip,
what does repurpose mean? Could you repurpose your
tune in now or whatever I'm going to say? Maybe I say, oh, I want a second delay. And then that way, there you've created,
what does repurpose mean? Could you repurpose your own
on top of a square format with writing at the top and bottom that's flashing in and out like that. So super fun. Love it. Wow, I'd never seen that before. I use ClickUp for project management for some, the little pop-up comes across all my browsers. Cheeky. Okay, so that's a square format, as I just showed you. And then for IGTV, Instagram television, you definitely want to do that 9:16, which is the vertical, and you can do anywhere from 15 seconds to 60 minutes. So if I go to my Instagram profile, and you want to click, this is on desktop. Of course, you can totally do it from the app, the mobile app, the IGTV app on your mobile device. But it's kind of cool if you're on desktop anyway. Click IGTV and you just hit upload, and there you go. You got your 15 seconds up to 60 minutes long. You can add, once you've dropped the video in there, you can go ahead and add hit edit will light up, and you can add a thumbnail. Put your details in your description, and then this magic little button right here, if you can see that on my screen, zoom in a tiny bit, share preview to feed. So when you check that, oh, it won't check right now because I need to upload a video first. It will share the first minute on your wall, on your feed. And then it will drive people back to the Instagram IGTV app. So I actually did that in the last 4 of my posts. All these 4 IGTV posts are vertical. You can see there's like 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes, that's 5.5 minutes, a minute. And a nice way to just create a little bit extra content for your wall if you're not doing a lot on your wall like me. Okay, so that's repurposing your videos on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, IGTV, or from Facebook, I should say, to YouTube and all these other ones. Don't forget, of course, 1 minute preview, mentioned that. The other channels, so you've got Twitter, you've got up to 140-second videos there, different formats, landscape, square, vertical, LinkedIn, you can do from 3 seconds to 10 minutes, Pinterest even. And I actually have a wonderful, let me get that URL for you. Yeah, this is from, I'm going to pop this in here. This is a always up-to-date social media video specs guide. This is from our friends at Sprout Social, because I don't know about you, but it's like crazy making to keep up to date with all of these different dimensions and specs and you name it, right? So there you go. So that's a really handy one right there. It's a great guide from, as I say, our friends at Social Sprout. And that's like, if you're like, okay, Maria, I want to post to these other channels, but what is the max I can do on LinkedIn, or what's the format, or should I do square or landscape? And so this is I just popped that in your comments. Super, super helpful. Always up-to-date guide to social media video spec. So shout out to our friends at Sprout Social. Nicely done. Now then, don't forget, you can also take videos. Any video that you've put on any of the social platforms are embeddable, to my knowledge. I think everything is embeddable. It's a funny word. But I would do Facebook or YouTube. Facebook sometimes or. You might even take the same video or a version of the video and put it in the same post. Facebook, YouTube, you can embed from Instagram, embed from Twitter, of course. And then think about driving traffic from other sources to specific videos like on Facebook. So I think I have one of my posts open right here in drafts. Yeah, so this is an example of ClickUps appearing everywhere. This is an example of a live that I did just the other week, and then I had my team just go ahead and create a draft post, different group updates on Facebook, and then we've dropped in the live right there. And then that'll just get published and pushed out. So definitely think about that with your videos, how you can embed them on your blog. And also there's a huge, a lot of great information you can find out there about the difference that including video in your email will make, including like putting a little animated GIF thumbnail. And so it makes it look like people are going to click through on that. And they will. Remember, Facebook, all the social platforms are rented land, what I call rented land. So you've got to collect email addresses, drive people to your blog, to your website, have the pixel installed, own your audience, own your traffic. So upload natively to Facebook. No YouTube links on Facebook. It won't get good reach. Now here's the thing. You might say, but Mari, I found this really cool video and I can only find it on YouTube and I really want to share it with my friends. No problem. Go ahead and do that. Otherwise, if you see great content on YouTube and you especially want to share it on Facebook, I recommend trying to find like that video content creator on Facebook, go to their page, and then find that video, do a search and share that. Share it from inside of Facebook. That would be one way to do it. Or, see if you can approach the video owner and, ask them if they're on Facebook, whatever. That would be a long, convoluted thing to do. But if you especially found some wonderful content and you like really, really want to share it on Facebook, there's ways to do it. And of course, we never, ever download videos from YouTube that are not ours. That's what Facebook's really trying to avoid. Optimize both recorded and live. We went through that today, repurposing your video content and maximizing reach with multiple uses, especially if you are in the very fortunate position to be in more of an evergreen industry where things are not like constantly changing, but you can create like a piece of signature evergreen flagship content, do a video on it, embed that everywhere, do even a little mini course on it. And you have so many wonderful things that you can do with like starting with one piece of signature content. All right, so this has been part 2 of 3. Yesterday, video creation, today's distribution, getting the maximum mileage out of that great video content that you're creating. And then tomorrow I'm going to get into optimizing with both organic and paid reach. All right, friends, so we'll see you same time, same place tomorrow for part 3.